Hey everybody, we appreciate you joining us here at the Cito Aftershow to discuss how the shoot went here in the Everglades City. My special guest, Leiza Fitzgerald. Wow, that was tough.
Woo.
We heard from the locals, we did the chit chat. You know, the way we format my show is the theme for it is to go places I've never been to before. You know, that was what 2023's theme was to fish little fishing villages with history, you know, and charm, like Cedar Key where I'm from, targeted locations like that, with the special twist that I've never been there before.
Right.
We all know what that means. We all know that that puts you in a predicament to where you may struggle. Now,
but the struggle's real.
it is, they say that.
I know, but I'm just saying the struggle is real because oftentimes when you watch a television show or you watch a fishing or a hunting show, everyone goes, you know, did that really happen? Today, it really happened.
Yeah, we try to keep it, our goal is to keep it organic. And we organically showed struggle today.
I don't say there was anything organic about it. I say it was in your face kind of struggle.
Man, so we had a plan. You know, we had a plan to go and hit the mangroves. We had a tide that was close, but not really favorable, but close. It wasn't far-fetched for it to work. Our whole thought process was to go through lures and cast a bunch and just cover a bunch of water. Under the circumstances, we knew it was tough. That was our goal. So after half a day, I guess it would have been 4 hours, 5 hours of grinding and casting and changing lures and beating the tackle box to death. We ran a little run to the south and we found those ladyfish. And it was literally every cast. They were beating the bait up all the way to the boat. Some of them were small that you could just hook straight on and throw. Some of them were bigger that you could cut and cube and use for chunk bait, things of that nature. And those alarms went off between the two of us. We were like, hey, we're in a crisis, you know, in a way. You know, these ladyfish literally could bail us out later. Let's put them in a live well and see if we need them. We don't need them, we'll just turn them back. That's fine. You know?
Right.
But if we need them, we got them. And we used them. We needed them.
We did. We sure did.
Yeah, you had that one spot from years ago that that you guys had caught some big snook in, and that was our goal. And tarpon was also a possibility as well. But the history of the spot from many years back, there was some big snook had caught in there. So obviously that was our hopes when we pulled in there, and just kind of giving you a lay of the land. It was a bunch of shallow water that kind of pulled in between two mangrove islands. And it pinched, and you can see it on the map. You know, there's several places like this in this area where the water the current naturally just washes out an area, and that's what happened on that specific spot. The left side was 10 feet roughly.
Yes.
The right side, and we're talking about a 70 to 80 foot gap, 10 foot on one side, 4 foot on the other. That hollers funneling concentration. Anywhere in the map that you go fishing, you look for that funneling concentration. And that's exactly what we did, and it bailed us out. You know, we had some bad luck along the way, but it bailed us out. It was a great idea of Leiza's. You know, you put on there, you know, throw the hook right in the front, let him freeline and do his thing, and let's see what he finds for us. And first hookup was you.
Yeah, and you know, I'm heartbroken. I've lost some big snook before. You know, this one we really needed, and I just didn't expect to have that happen. But we weren't using super heavy leader, and that was a purpose. This not having super heavy leader improved our hookups.
Yeah. Yeah, we knew it. Yeah, we knew we needed every help we could.
Every bit of help we could get, and you know, it just worked against us this time. Gill plates are sharp. You get cut off often, and this big girl just didn't want to come to the boat.
Man, she was throwing some of the biggest head shakes I think I've ever seen out of a snook. It was just, they were ruthless, and I can't lie. I was in the back there going, please don't break the line, please don't break the line. But I knew at any second it was possible we was going to come up empty-handed and straight rodded. Straight rod's a bad thing.
Yes.
All right, so you gotta love it when the bug truck comes by. But to be honest with you, I think they need to triple the bug truck population down
Holy
there.
cow.
The bugs love us humans that visit here in Everglades City.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we lost that snook, and then we actually had another take, and by the looks of the ladyfish, he was cut, but not tooth cut. He just had these weird abrasives. It appeared to be that somehow or another the ladyfish literally went down his throat and come back out, and the hook never found nothing. That's how we studied that ladyfish, and that's exactly how it looked. So just another stroke of bad luck with a live ladyfish doing her thing.
And you know, I'm a novice with live bait. I don't use it very often. I feel like sometimes I prematurely set the hook on big baits, and these ladyfish were big baits, and I'm not sure you know, how that happened, but there was a lot of action right there with those ladyfish. I mean, we were hooking up.
Yeah.
Hook up. So a lot of action, which was fun, and that's why I'm saying screaming drags are. I like a screaming drag.
Man, our attitude changed like you've never seen. You would have thought we hit a scratch off.
Yeah.
We had 4 or 5 big bites in a row. We got that big bull shark right up to the boat. Obviously, nobody in the boat was jumping up and down to handle him, so boating, it wasn't a possibility, but we got him up to the boat 2 times, I think it was. He finally made the right move and broke the leader, and that was perfect.
Yep.
Nobody was going to hold him and worry about what angle we held him with and get a photo. It wasn't happening. So he did exactly what we needed him to do. He bailed us out. He gave us some fun. He pulled hard. But yeah, for about 45 minutes there, when that young flood tide coming through that gap started washing through that hole, it came alive.
Yes.
And on the reverse side of that, earlier in the day, we were trying the falling tide, you know, draining some of those flats down to the south out on the far points. Everything looked right. The bait was there. All kinds of glass minnows were there. There was things. It was puff. We were seeing puffs on the bottom where we were spooking some things. We actually had one little snook come off. I remember that on a soft plastic. It just wasn't there for us. But we did have that conversation at dinner, and we talked about the canal fishing. That was the tropics. That was down to the south, just a click or two. And after the big bull shark was gone, we kind of was like, we're here for an adventure. We're here. We hadn't fished together in a long time. We ain't had enough. So what do? We load everything up, take the little camera boat, plop it in the canal. And I'll let you tell.
It was first cast, you hook a cichlid. Second cast, you hook a bass.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we had, what, 7 or 8 bass?
Oh, yeah.
We had probably 9 to 10 cichlids. I got an Oscar. You know, one thing I noticed about this particular area, and I was told that might be the case, I only saw 1 peacock.
Today, yeah.
And I was told that potentially those fish might have been decimated from that really hard freeze that happened in December and January.
Yep.
They are a tropical fish and more susceptible to cold weather than any of the other tropicals.
Yeah.
So, you know, they just were not there. Is this the second bug truck?
He
Or
just
is
did a
it the
U-turn.
same?
He just did a
Alright.
U-turn, yeah.
But it was fun. And those little Mayans are aggressive, let me tell you.
Yeah,
aggressive fish.
We turned down a notch. We went from heavy tackle, big pulling, big gear, to lightweight, whole different setup, whole different Ned head jig, and little minnows, little plastic minnows by Savage, and then small leaders to finesse. We went totally different direction, and it was still just as fun as pulling on the big ones. So, you know, we cut the full in there. Our attitude changed again. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, okay, this is fun. You know, so it was cool. Literally, in one day, went from like here to here to here. It was neat to see that transition and experience the canal fishing with the tropics with you. You know, we've done a lot of things together over the years, of 20 years of being friends, and now I can say I went tropical fishing with you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I still want to be the one that gets you your first peacock.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that another time. Well, guys, you know, we usually go over a lot of tips in our CITO after show. This one specifically was so broad with the 2 different styles of fishing that we don't want to bore you guys with the tips. But going forward, make sure you tune in to the Sea Tow After Show for more tips, and we hope that we can make you a better fisherman in the process.